Welcome back to I Am Her, where we embrace healing, energy, radiance together. I'm your host, Luce, your personal spiritual fairy, where I remind you in every single episode that you are her. And before we begin, I want to let you know, I am outside right now recording this episode. It just felt called for. You probably will hear a lot of cars, a lot of motorcycles, maybe even people singing, dancing, talking to me. Hopefully not. Hopefully they see I'm standing on business, but who knows? And this episode is going to be a little bit more unorthodox. For me, for you all, you don't really know, but for me, I've been making sure I prep myself for every single episode. I create a light script, outline, so to say, just to kind of like keep me on track. But this one kind of just felt like I needed to get a little bit like outside of my comfort zone, just because I feel like I've been trying to be perfect about this thing. And this podcast specifically, it's a way for me to get connected to the people who need to hear my voice, because not only listening or creating a podcast for myself is healing, but I think it's healing for other people. It's a bridge for people to like be connected to themselves. So, as always with my podcast, I like to start off with a affirmation. So wherever you are listening, whether it be in your car, at home, or on a walk, wherever you are, if you could close your eyes, do so. So close your eyes, breathe in, and breathe out. And repeat after me. I am no longer standing in my way. I trust that I will go down a path that leads me to courage and grace. And so it is. This episode is about getting out of your own way. And honestly, I'm talking to myself because I'm in my way a lot. And what I mean by I'm in my way is like not physically, because I am my own person, or you are your own person, right? You can't be in your way, but in a more obviously like figurative sense, you know, being in your way means like blocking your own blessings. For me, not allowing yourself to do the things that you want to do just because it's not perfect, and just negating the things that or opportunities that come your way out of fear of change, out of fear of the unknown. And I've been experiencing that a lot lately. The beginning of the year was definitely great for me. I experienced a lot of momentum. I put a lot forward. And I was talking to my friend earlier from Colombia, and we were just talking about like how we just don't feel, well, at least I was saying I don't feel like I'm doing a lot. Like I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I don't feel like I'm working towards my goals. I had a goal to create a website, and we're already in the 6 month mark of this year, and it just has yet to give birth, or has yet to been created. And for me, that's a failure, which is crazy because I launched a podcast on my own. I've been creating content. I created a community or accountability club where we do not like engage in sugar for 90 days. It hasn't been the best. And so I think when I engage in things and it's not perfect, I really am my biggest enemy. I'm like my biggest, not fan, but what is it like? Let's just say enemy, because that's words right now. I really can focus on what's not happening versus like what's actually going for me. I mean, even recording this episode, I was taking my sweet time. I prolonged coming out here. Like I'll do it in a moment. I'll do it in 2 hours. It's a frustrating feeling to be in your own way. When I'm in my own way, like I'm in my head a lot. I overthink the next steps. Like especially for me, coming out of like people pleasing and doing things out of fear, I don't know. It just becomes harder to get out of my own way. I know how to get out of people's way, that's for sure, and I think that I've mastered. But I think getting in your way does stem from a lot of fear. It can stem from not being able to see things with like from a bigger picture point of view, and just like wanting to control things. I think that as a chronic controller, like someone who wants to control the outcomes of things, I can be like, okay, I'm not gonna do this until I have this. I like if I'm not gonna do a podcast, so to say, until I feel confident in my looks. I feel like a lot of people really stop themselves from being on social media or doing content because they don't feel confident in their looks. But dude, look at me. I'm out here like I think I'm naturally pretty. That that is also a plus, being confident, but I'm not wearing makeup. I'm just wearing regular clothes. Like I'm outside in the public. Like I at this point I just don't care if people see me talking. I reached a level of like no fucks given. Like I do give certain fucks, but like a lot this kind of fucks, nah. I have to get past it, and I've come a long way. I'm not getting in my way to like think about other people and what they think about me, and being outside and recording an episode or recording myself, because like I got this joint on a selfie stick right now, and there's cars passing, there's people passing, but I really don't care that much. Now, when it comes to like my own endeavors, like creating a website, changing my job, because I'm unhappy with it, you know, starting a new lifestyle, sticking to a lifestyle, a diet, so to say, or maybe even a health plan because you're going through a specific like health concern. But somehow it's like not sticking, like it's not happening, you're not getting to it. Like for me personally, it would be like sticking to a specific lifestyle. I eat a lot of vegetables and fruit, and I'm conscious compared to like the normal or the average person. And my body right now is not optimal. It's not the best. There are things that really are preventing me to live my best life. And for lack of a better term, it's just like, your girl is constipated. I don't poop every single day regularly. Um, you know, it, I get bloated easily from certain foods. I have a lot of food sensitivities like gluten, dairy, spicy food. I learned recently that I have pneumonia in my stomach lining, so essentially gastritis. So my stomach lining is basically inflamed, and I'm doing more tests. And so the best way to go about, helping myself is living a vegetarian lifestyle, eating less food, eating non like no peppers, anything that's spicy. So I have the answers, right? I have the answers. Love that. I love having the answers. The plan, there can be a plan. Like the plan for me, and the plan that I've been thinking about in my head mostly is eating a vegetarian lifestyle, eating less meat, so that way it's my body can get some rest from uh, digestion of the meat because it takes a lot. It can, excuse me, it can take a lot of time to break down meat in your stomach. So these are the things that I know, right? I'm spewing out this information. Some of these things, some other like some other people would like say, "Oh yeah, that makes total sense. You would do that," and I probably wouldn't have to do that for quite a long time. I mean, like 6 months to a year. To other people, that seems like a lot. For me, it could go like that. I mean, like we're already in June. I feel like just yesterday it was March. A lot was happening. A lot was happening. I did a lot, but to go back to that, like that lifestyle is not impossible. Now, what stops me specifically from starting that like vegetarian lifestyle to help my body detox is me, my own self. Like I don't dedicate myself or devote myself to the healing that I know my vessel needs. I get in my own way because of external forces wanting to hang out with people, and food is a major social aspect of my life. When I'm at work, I also get out. Like I also get off track with my goals, of that goal specifically. So like external forces like work activates my nervous system very often, and I want to start eating like things that I shouldn't be eating for quick comfort, like cookies, cookies, a cake, donut, like anything sugary, meat, anything that the company is giving out, and I eat it, like knowing damn well that I am focusing on a diet that will help me detox and make me feel better. I start to think like how am I getting in my own way? Like how I'm thinking right now out loud, like how is that me getting in my own way? I'm I'm stopping my healing. Like the process of me healing is like I'm starting all over again. It's almost like a fear of like getting better. Like if I'm getting better, then what else do I do? If I heal completely from or go into remission and from gastritis or whatever, like what else am I gonna do? On to the next thing, right? It's like a fear of, to me, like I interpret it like a fear of accomplishing that step. And almost like I almost like doubt that I'm gonna get like healed. Like there's like this self doubt. And I don't know where it stems from. Like doubting that that it's possible for me to heal and to feel better and to physically feel optimally my best. I feel like that may stem from like the macro of this world, like the medical system always saying like you cannot heal from gastritis, because that's what my doctor said, right? You can't heal from it. There's no cure. Or just the fear of like figuring out what do I do next. I don't know. It's hard to explain, and I might listen back to this episode and think to myself, "Gosh, you're speaking a whole bunch of blah. You're not even making fucking sense." But dude, like, I feel like I'm my worst enemy. Like, you ever heard the term? There are people be saying like, "Is you against me or me versus the world?" Nah, it's me against me. And sometimes even saying that out loud feels wrong because it's like, why would I want to be against myself? I want to be for myself. I want to root for myself. But it ever so often I feel like I'm treating myself like an enemy. Like my enemy is blocking me from being successful. For example, I see myself doing well for a week, and then like one day comes by and like it's like God is trying me. He put something in my path, like a fucking like, oh, here's some cookies, for lack of a better term, like, right, let's just use the whole eating habit. Like, here's some cookies right in front of me. I go to a function, there's some cookies, and God is like, look, there's cookies there, you've been doing well, let's see if you keep the promise to yourself. Damn, that's crazy. But like, no, but really, like, let's see if you keep the promise to yourself. Are you actually devoted, or is this something that you just trying to like put up a front for? And girl, I always seem to prove him right. I always seem to prove God right, which is crazy. But it's not crazy, but it's very on brand for me. And like every day is a struggle. So like when I prove him right, I feel this sense of guilt. Like, damn, I just ate that cookie or whatever it is. But in this instance, we're using this cookie example. I just ate that cookie. I just ate sugar, gluten, and dairy. It's not a vegan type like cookie, right? We're talking about like a regular cookie, and I feel like I'm like ruining my vessel. Like also what we feed our brain is important. Like what we tell ourselves is important. And if I'm telling myself like, yeah, I'm hurting myself, like, damn, I'm getting in my own way still. Like I'm getting in the way of healing myself, even if it's just one cookie. Like I'm over here acting like it's the end of the world, like it's a whole bomb, like I'm bombing my whole body. In reality, I'm not bombing my whole body. I'm just eating something that may take a little longer for my body to digest. But that's not what my cells are hearing from my brain. My cells are hearing, you ruined your whole body system. You're starting all over. You're going to be constipated for the next God knows how. You'll never get healthy. You'll never go into remission. All these thoughts. And damn, I'd be like, damn, the devil is a liar. I feel like those are not my thoughts. Those are not my thoughts, but my cells, my body doesn't know the difference. My body can't tell the difference between my thoughts and thoughts that are not mine. And so then I stay in this mode of like constantly trying to heal, constantly starting over, and it turns into this pattern of me just getting in my own way, getting in the way of being excellent. And maybe someone out there can resonate. It doesn't have to necessarily be related to like health or your lifestyle or whatever. It could just mean like getting in the way of like your own business, getting in the way of like the next step you make in your career, whatever it is. And I think that this is applicable to anybody who may be listening. Usually I have answers or like, steps on how to get over this, and I'm thinking about it right now, and I don't know if I have the answers right. Like I don't got the answers, Sway. I really don't. I I genuinely think like the best way to tackle this is to be honest with yourself. Self-reflection every single day, like just taking one day at a time and starting over, not giving up. I think that's the best part about um me. Like I think that's my I think that's my strong characteristic. Like I don't give up. Like I keep going. I mean, I honestly don't think I have a choice. Like I don't know what else I would be doing. Like why would I give up? I mean, even with my podcast, like I was mentioning earlier, I want to do things perfectly. I just graduated from my health coach training program, and I I want to do other things outside of corporate. I will say, with those things in my mind and having the knowledge and just the drive to do them, I think that is a great starting point. Not knowing how to do certain things and overthinking really does get in my own, like does get in my way. I start coming up with scenarios and how it would look and if it would go bad or whatever. I don't know. It's just like starting something is scary. I wish I had that drive certain people do, like entrepreneurs who just like literally just get up and in the middle of the night write down the idea and then the next morning like they created it. Bitch, I would be so rich. I'm not gonna lie. I have so many ideas in my brain that I'm just like, this needs to be good. This just gotta be done. Like I need to do it. Like I don't know. I do know. I do know. What I think would help me sometimes is bargaining. And I may be saying this wrong, but bargaining, like, what would happen if I don't do what I want to do for myself to fulfill my goals, my dreams, to live the life that I know will make me happy, will make me feel fulfilled. When I frame it that way, and I think about what would happen if I continue living the life I am now, and that's an unhappy life. I don't know. It motivates me to get out of my own way to kick that bitch in the fucking face. Sometimes you gotta kick that hoe out of your way, and like figuratively is yourself, right? Like I can't kick myself, but it's having a conversation in the mirror and be like, yo, what's good? Like, what's really going on right now? Like, why is it that we're spending time on things that don't fill up our cup and not doing the things that matter? That's what I think about. Like, I have an aunt or a second cousin or something that I remember when she told me when I was like 17, 18 or something. And she was like, yeah, I was in school for graphic design and then I dropped out. I didn't really do the things that I loved and I regretted it. And I was mad young and I remember that like to this day. It stuck to my mind because I was doing something that she enjoyed. Granted, I'm no longer doing graphic design, but I was doing something that she loved, drawing and everything of that nature, and she regrets not living her life to the capacity that she somehow knew she could have in hindsight. So that is what really helps me get out of my own way. I mean, a lot of people would say I'm doing a lot. And that always is the case when you're looking from the outside in, right? But I don't know. My lows sometimes feel like they outweigh the highs. So I think some advice as I go through this chapter of like being in my own way and getting out of my own way is to like reflect on where you see yourself in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. And if it doesn't bring you, like, if you don't feel good about it, like, if it doesn't bring you joy, it doesn't put a smile on your face, we're going to have to reevaluate, like, what we got going on. So let's start getting out of our own way. Reflect where you want in life and reflect if what you're doing, the habits that you have, is serving the soul that is meant to drive out a mission here on Earth, on your time here. Are you literally doing God's work? What God has put you on this earth to do, your soul mission. And if you don't believe in religion or God, like, that's fine. Like, what are you meant to do here? What is your life purpose? Are you getting in your own way of fulfilling that? I appreciate you for being here, for riding out with me if you've been listening consistently. So I hope this resonates with you. And if you feel like someone will benefit from just listening to this podcast and feel less alone, feel free to send it to them. I'm looking forward to putting myself out there more, building my brand, building a website, working with new people, and fulfilling the mission that God has put me on this earth to complete, and that's to help people through holistic and natural matters. And if you ever need someone to talk to or just kind of hash things out, I'm always open to talking to new people, even if we don't know each other. Somehow we know each other through past lives. If you're called to talk to me, at least. That's what I believe. And as always, remember you are a helic, you are energetic, you are radiant, you are her.